It begins with a sound, not the roar of machines or the hum of engines, but a faint vibration beneath the earth, echoing through stone corridors built thousands of years ago. Imagine standing inside the Great Pyramid of Giza. The air feels charged, like static before a lightning storm. You clap your hands, and the walls answer back. A deep, resonant frequency that seems to pulse with life. It's as if the stones themselves remember something, a forgotten secret humming just beyond our understanding. What if ancient civilizations were not just primitive builders stacking stones, but engineers of energy, masters of technology so advanced we can barely recognize it today? For centuries, archaeologists have marveled at the precision of the ancient world. The Great Pyramid's alignment with true north is accurate to within 1/15 of a degree. Its base is almost perfectly level, within fractions of an inch, across 13 acres of solid limestone. The blocks, weighing up to 80 tons, fit together so tightly that not even a human hair can slip between them. And yet, we're told they were dragged by ropes and rolled on wooden logs. Something doesn't add up. Even today, with lasers, cranes, and modern engineering, replicating that level of precision would be a monumental challenge. So how did they do it? And more importantly, why? Some researchers believe the answer lies not in what's missing, but in what's right before our eyes, evidence of lost technology hidden in plain sight. Welcome to Ancient Echo. Please subscribe to the channel for regular uploads of the best ancient history content. Let's start in Egypt, the land of gods, tombs, and enigmas carved in stone. Deep within the Serapeum of Saqqara lie massive granite boxes, each weighing over 70 tons. Their interiors are polished to mirror-like perfection, as if machined by industrial tools. The corners are flawless right angles. Even with diamond-tipped drills, reproducing that precision would take extraordinary effort. Yet these boxes were crafted over 3,000 years ago. Officially, they were sarcophagi for sacred bulls. But here's the problem. No bull remains were ever found inside, and the inscriptions, practically none. Who goes to such extreme lengths to carve massive, flawless boxes from the hardest stone on Earth, only to leave them empty and unadorned? Some engineers who've studied them argue these boxes were more than burial chambers. They were resonators, perfectly tuned to vibrate at specific frequencies like giant stone speakers. When sound waves hit them, they amplify and resonate. Could these chambers have been part of an energy system? Something that harnessed vibration, sound, or electromagnetism in ways we barely understand today? It sounds far-fetched until you look beyond Egypt. Travel to South America, to the ancient city of Cusco, Peru. There, at a site called Sacsayhuaman, walls of enormous stone blocks fit together so seamlessly that even modern masons can't explain how they were shaped. Some of the stones have 12 or more sides, interlocking like puzzle pieces. No mortar, no gaps. Each stone is unique, yet fits perfectly with its neighbors. What's even stranger? Some surfaces show signs of having been softened, almost melted, as if the builders somehow liquefied the stone to mold it into place. Geologists have found evidence of vitrification, surfaces fused by intense heat. Could the ancient builders have used some form of lost energy or heat technology to shape rock? Let's pause here for a moment. Imagine we discovered a smartphone buried in the desert 1,000 years from now, after civilization had collapsed. The glass, the circuits, the microchips. Without context, we might think it was just a shiny piece of stone. Our tools, without understanding, would appear like magic. Perhaps that's exactly what we're seeing in ancient ruins. Relics of technologies so old, their purpose and mechanism have vanished from collective memory. Now, consider the case of the Temple of Jupiter at Baalbek in modern-day Lebanon. On its foundation lie three enormous stones known as the trilithon. Each weighs roughly 800 tons. Nearby lies an even larger block, the stone of the pregnant woman, weighing an estimated 1,200 tons. No modern crane on Earth can lift it. Yet these stones were precisely quarried, transported, and placed with near-perfect alignment thousands of years ago. To this day, no one can explain how. The Romans later built their temple atop the existing foundation, but even they seemed puzzled by the scale. Some historians speculate the Romans inherited the site from an older, unknown civilization, one with technology that vanished long before recorded history began. And the pattern continues. Across the world, ancient structures show signs of advanced knowledge, from Machu Picchu's earthquake-proof architecture to the perfect astronomical alignments of Stonehenge and the Mayan pyramids. In India, ancient Sanskrit texts like the Vaimanika Shastra describe flying machines called vimanas, equipped with propulsion systems that sound eerily like descriptions of mercury-based plasma engines. The text is over 2,000 years old. Coincidence? Imagination? Or memory? Then there's the Baghdad battery, a clay jar, copper cylinder, and iron rod discovered in Iraq, dating to around 200 BC. When filled with an acidic liquid, it produces an electric charge. The function is debated, but it works. Some think it powered electroplating, others believe it's proof of ancient electricity. And in Abydos, Egypt, carvings on the walls of the Temple of Seti, I seem to depict shapes resembling modern vehicles, a helicopter, a tank, even a jet. Most scholars say it's just an overlapping of hieroglyphs, a coincidence of erosion and age. But it's an odd coincidence, isn't it, that they resemble machines that wouldn't exist for thousands of years? Could ancient civilizations have achieved bursts of technological brilliance, only to have it all erased by cataclysms, floods, or time itself? The story of human history may not be as linear as we think. Perhaps it's cyclical, a rise and fall of civilizations, each one reaching for the stars before fading into legend. Take the Antikythera mechanism, for example. Found in a shipwreck off the coast of Greece, this intricate bronze device is over 2,000 years old and was once dismissed as a simple clock. But when scientists X-rayed it, they found over 30 interlocking gears capable of calculating the movements of planets, predicting eclipses, and tracking celestial cycles with astonishing precision. It's essentially an ancient analog computer. No other technology like it would appear again for over 1,000 years. So where did that knowledge come from? And why did it disappear? Some argue it's just the genius of the Greeks. Others believe it hints at a much older, forgotten source of knowledge that survived through fragments, passed down in myths, oral traditions, and secret teachings. The same story echoes through nearly every ancient culture. The Egyptians spoke of the Zep Tepi, the first time when gods walked the earth and shared their wisdom. The Sumerians wrote of beings from the stars who gave humanity knowledge of the heavens and the arts of civilization. The Mayans, the Dogon, the Hopi, all told stories of a lost age, a golden era when humanity was far more advanced than we imagine. What if these stories aren't myths, but memories? We tend to think of technology as silicon and steel, circuits and code. But what if ancient technology worked with the forces of nature, harmonizing with the earth instead of overpowering it? Resonance, magnetism, water flow, solar alignment, technologies that interacted with natural energy fields rather than fossil fuels or electricity. Perhaps that's why their monuments endure, built not just as tombs or temples, but as instruments, machines of stone designed to interact with sound, light, and vibration. In 2018, researchers conducted an experiment inside the Great Pyramid using electromagnetic simulations. They found that its chambers and geometry concentrate electromagnetic energy, focusing it within the king's chamber. Coincidence or design? The pyramid, once dismissed as a tomb, might have served a very different purpose, one that merges science and spirituality in ways we're only beginning to rediscover. As we dig deeper into the past, we may not just be uncovering ancient ruins, but fragments of a forgotten science, a global legacy of knowledge that once united the planet. The evidence is all around us, in perfectly cut granite, impossible alignments, and artifacts that defy explanation. Perhaps the ancients were trying to tell us something, to leave behind clues in plain sight, waiting for us to see not just with our eyes, but with our understanding. Because maybe the greatest mystery isn't how they built it, but why we forgot. And the answer to that may change everything we think we know about human history.